Albert Smith Fieldhouse in Provo, Utah, home of the BYU Cougars as they host the MPSF tournament quarterfinal number 2. 6-seed Vanguard Lions taking on the 3-seed USC Trojans. Earlier today, Pepperdine, the 2-seed, took down the 7-seed Jessup, 6'9" Grant Veldman, and then Dylan Klein, number 2 in the country in kills per set.
Veldman, very imposing front row player, but it's his serve that has just been so fantastic this season for Vanguard. He is able to score a ton of points from behind the line, and they're going to look to disrupt the offense for SC today. Dylan Klein, one of the most exciting players to watch in the nation, jumps out of the gym, very physical, and is incredibly smart.
Kenzie Daly is the third member of our crew. She's standing by with Vanguard head coach Brian Rofer.
Coach, you're coming into this tournament with your longest win streak of the season, including a reverse sweep for the first time in 2 years. What kind of momentum does your team have coming into this match?
I think we're pretty prepared. We have the confidence coming in play. That's no different than any other match we played. So we'll see. I mean, there's no real pressure on us. We had a great end of the season and a great season overall. So I look at it as these guys will walk away with a great memory no matter what happens tonight. So,
thanks, Coach.
Sure thing. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks to Brian Rofer for taking a moment with Kenzie. Here are the starting lineups in USC and Vanguard. Vanguard begins with Veldman, Freeman the opposite, Duckworth, and Sebesma in the middle. Baston's the libero, and Wright will play the libero as well. Willie Wang will be the setter. Klein, Foley, Keener, the pin hitters. Tompkinson, Smith in the middle. Blanchette, the setter. Johnny Dykstra is the libero. Dylan Klein will start things off for the USC Trojans, and we are underway in quarterfinal number 2. 3-seed USC, 6-seed Vanguard. Blocked that out by Foley, and Logan Freeman, the sophomore from Montrose, California, gets the Lions on the board. The Lions are the highest rated D2 team in the MPSF as the 6th seed. And here is Freeman. And a big one out of the middle from Wesley Smith. If you think he looks like He-Man, I do too.
So prepare yourself for a lot of He-Man references.
I'm excited about Masters of the Universe coming out this summer. The redshirt sophomore from Encinitas, California. Number 1 in blocks per set in the MPSF. Freeman on the pick. This time dug up. Blocked in the middle by Duckworth. And that goes off the touch of the block for the kill by the freshman Cooper Keene, part of the MPSF all-freshman team.
Keene has been such a valuable part of this USC squad. To have so many different players that can get kills on both antenna has been so incredible for USC and their success this season.
USC up 2-1 as that one dips. Wang one-handed. Veldman has to put it over. Blanchette, Parker Tompkinson with the kill, making it 3-1 USC Trojans. Tompkinson and Smith represent the 2 tallest players in USC history. Tompkinson 7 foot, Wesley way behind him at 6'11".
And you look how Blanchette is able to get those big middles involved in those medium system passes off the net. They can still find a way.
On the line at Freeman. Playing that one crushed. And then on 2, Cooper Keene puts it away after getting the touch to make it 4-1 as Keene gets his second.
Well, and so interesting as we get a replay here, how these teams were going to start. Obviously, Vanguard comes in with nothing to lose, very loose. They're excited to play and try to take down this USC team. Just wondering what kind of nerves USC had as they're looking to hopefully win out so that they can get to the NCAA tournament.
We'll talk about those stakes throughout the broadcast as that one's hit out by Veldman. And so a quick start by the Trojans at 5-1. Vanguard feeling pretty good. They've got a 4-game win streak. They beat Menlo and Concordia twice. They've won 8 of 10, all against the D2 teams in the league. The 2 losses were to BYU. 5-1 for Prince Adam from Castle Grayskull. As that one's put down by Braddock Duckworth, no relation to Kevin. As we take a look at USC head coach Jeff Nygaard. In his 11th season, he's the longest tenured head coach in USC history, which is wild. 3-time Olympian indoor and beach, 3-time All-American, 2-time collegiate MVP, 2 national titles at UCLA in '93 and '95. What have you done? So said no one to Jeff. Dylan Klein from the back row. Klein, one of the more dynamic outsides in the country, the senior from Pacific Palisades.
Dylan Klein, just so exciting to watch. Obviously, he elevates well, but you can see that he is precise with his swings. He can get the ball anywhere on the court, put it wherever he wants.
USC's been dug one time so far, 5 of 6, as Veldman keeps that alive. Free ball from Oliver as he goes out. So the unforced error makes it 7-2. Men of Troy with a strong start so far.
Well, and we talked to Coach Rofer, and he said, hey, I like to let my team play. You know, don't look for him to be calling a timeout right away. He likes to see them work through that adversity and find a way to get a point.
4-4 from Oliver, but the one-handed stab by Sterling Foley, and he is roofed. So big block by Sebesma gets point 3 for the Lions.
Terrific up from Foley, but then can't quite finish as Sebesma shuts down that cross-court angle.
So here comes the serve from Grant Veldman, Jr. from Mokena, Illinois. And he gets the ace. 34th of the season, second only to Cole Oliver on his team.
Veldman, again, we talked about it off the top, just a really powerful serve. It comes with velocity, but also some tail, so it moves.
Gets after it again, but goes out, as is the case. Most of the time, you get that big ace and then get after it, and it goes out. Serve coming up from Sterling. Don't call me Matt Foley, the sophomore from Newport Beach, California. MPSF honorably mentioned yesterday. He orders a triple burger plus animal-style fries when he goes to In-N-Out.
I don't know about that.
The ability to just crush calories and burn them off for him are probably really good. Nice job out of the middle by Micah Sebesma, Richard Jr. from Bellflower, California, one of the captains for Vanguard.
Sebesma quick with a really high contact. Foley gets a touch on that, but too powerful.
How about our cameraman, Glenn Smith, just bouncing off the camera, doesn't even move. Oh! Dylan Klein. Oh my, hide your kids, hide your wife.
See Vanguard laughing at that too. That's just an amazing play. The lob inside, bringing that in. No block, Dylan Klein straight down.
Look at where his head is next to the net. It's crazy. And Freeman gets it.
Hey, credit Vanguard right back, right? Although SC, that was an amazing point. And obviously Klein does that all the time, but it only counted for one, right? And then right away, Vanguard gets that quick side out.
Sebesma on the serve. He said his preferred subject on the TED Talk would be something about Star Wars. That one's inside of the block for Foley. 10-6. I'd be interested in knowing what exactly about Star Wars. Perhaps something about the Mandalorian. Jar Jar the Sith Lord. Have you seen that on YouTube? That whole thing?
Yes.
That's a fun rabbit hole. Veldman down the line. Nice shot. Some guys are 6'9" and not that athletic, can't move the ball around. Veldman can move it around. He is a threat with size from Vanguard.
And he's a player you can hear that power, right? Like where he contacts the ball, the sound it makes when he hits it is just definitely something you watch out for defensively.
He's a sonar guy. That one's cut by Keene and out. 10-8. We saw Jessup hang with Pepperdine, got the serve going, made it interesting. Be interesting to see what Vanguard does here against USC. USC 1-3, way back in early January. The no look from Wesley Smith by the power of Grayskull.
When you look at Smith in the air, he's able to hold and wait and really has great vision to hit that ball cross court.
There's Dylan Klein on the serve. Takes a lot off it, overpass. Sterling Foley living in a van down by the river. 12-8 Trojans.
When you look at Klein, he takes a little bit off that serve, Really plays around with the depth, and that's tough to read when you are a passer. You can't really tell till the last second, and it drops inside.
Do you know who wrote the Van Down by the River? Matt Foley, motivational speaker. Chris.
Someone amazing.
Farley. Bob Odenkirk.
Oh, yeah.
Wrote it. I learned that last week.
I didn't know that, but I remember he was a funny guy, right?
Yeah. People know him as Better Call Saul, right? From Breaking Bad and the show of the same title. Bob Odenkirk right there. Not bad. 13-9. Here's Wesley Smith. Did not play against Pepperdine last week. They gave him the week off. For the wing to Cole Oliver, and USC into the net. 13-10.
Well, and you talk about this SC team and kind of how they went into those last weekend matches. Talking to Coach Nygaard, it was all about getting a lot of different guys some time. He feels like heading down the stretch, he's going to need a lot of different people to step up, and they'll be able to do so seamlessly.
Reddick Duckworth from Bellingham, Washington. USC working in a phone booth there on the serve receive from Parker Tompkinson.
Caleb Blanchette moving that offense around. 5 different guys getting swings and getting good looks as he tries to really diversify that offense.
4 have multiple kills right now. This is tight. Wang, Veldman down the line, out for 15-10 as we come to our first media timeout of the match. USC hitting 6:15 to start things. They lead it by 2, and Brian Rofer on the left, Jeff Nygaard on the right. They know each other really well because when Brian Rofer was an assistant coach at UCLA, he picked up a wide-eyed and young recruits named by the name of Jeff Nygaard to check out UCLA back in the day, and obviously was coached by Brian, and now they go toe-to-toe here in the MPSF quarterfinals in 2026. Also in the car ride, John Spera, notably, among others, as UCLA went on to great glory with those guys. And now they compete against each other. In fact, that team, Brian Rofer said, I have a picture of that national championship from that group in my office. He said, I don't have a lot of UCLA stuff in there. We're trying to build something here at Vanguard. So there's a great dig by Jacob Baston. But he said that team was really special with Jeff on it. Look at Dylan Klein rise up and end the thing. Some great defense, but ultimately Dylan Klein comes away with determination.
I think Coach Rofer talked about his first recruiting class, which was Nygaard, Sullivan, Kevin Wong, Eric Sullivan, and John Spera.
That'll do.
I think that's pretty impressive.
That's sufficient. Your husband Jesse played high school with John Spera at Arcadia. And congrats to Jesse. Just got put in the Hall of Fame, you said?
No.
Oh, it's John.
John was put in the Hall of Fame, but
John
Jesse lost a lot to that UCLA team in the 90s.
They were really good.
Together. They were very good.
As BYU was building its program, at the end of that decade, BYU would win 3 in 6 going into the 2000s. As that one goes up and over, almost hitting the banners of the national championships I mentioned here at BYU. And so essentially an ace. We'll see if they rule it as such. For Grant Veldman, 16-12 out of Illinois. He is given the ace. So he's got 2 already in set 1. Vanguard hitting 286, USC 529, as that one's way out. You see the big lean from the crowd to avoid getting hit there as we check in with Kenzie.
Yeah, Jerem, obviously USC having a lot of success offensively right now. A big topic of discussion in that timeout for Vanguard. Coach Rofer told his team, we're trying to get high right now when we're blocking. We're trying to jump and get up there with these guys. If we just seal low, a lot of their swings are crossing the net by an inch. So just get over and press, and we can start to slow them down a little bit offensively.
Ace for USC. Veldman was a little bothered that he couldn't go get that one. He was trying to get past the line judge. Line judge is just trying to get out of the way too.
Oh, those angles are nasty when it hits the ceiling. You never know where it's going to come down. It's tough.
And Veldman's like, I'm 6'9". I probably would have reached that. Wang joust at the net. Klein didn't really joust him. And Oliver off the triple. Cole Oliver, a senior from Krakow, Poland. Important piece of the puzzle for Vanguard.
And Vanguard just keeping it close, right? At this point, they want to come back, maybe score a couple on this serve to just be close down to the red zone. They can be close right around 20, they give themselves a shot.
Brian Rofer told us, hey, our goal was to make the MPSF tournament, and they didn't just make it, they were the best of the rest, if you will, at the 6th seed. Have done a nice job this year. 4 more wins than last year, 8-12. That one's thrown down by Sebesma. USC's bench wondering if that was a throw.
I think it takes a lot, you know, to be called on the throw. And you look at that in slow motion, that ball was in front of him, right? Usually when you're going to be called for a lift, it's when you move planes. If it's behind your head and you move it forward, but that looked good.
Klein doesn't get it over. So Vanguard will attack again from the service line with Sebesma, who adds, remember he had the Tech Talk Star Wars thing?
Oh, right, yeah.
On his bio, dumbest way you've gotten hurt, nearly chopped off my thumb with a hatchet in 2nd grade. Who gives a 2nd grader a hatchet?
Yeah, seriously.
Great book, but yeah, come on. Nice serve at 67. Sterling Foley, too hot to handle the Lion defense. 19-15. I would gander that it would be harder to pass or even set with a chopped off thumb. So happy that that worked out for him.
It's a pretty important digit.
A good player, especially for this guy, the setter, Caleb Blanchette, as he goes just out. Blanchette's grandparents are here. I know because I was talking to Jeff Nygaard before the match, and they came up and said hi. They live outside Nashville, Tennessee, so they've come a long ways here to Provo, Utah to see their grandson, Caleb Blanchette. Here's Willie Wang, the 6'1" junior from East Palo Alto. Nice tip over the top by Cooper Keene, who a year ago looked like a physical player, but then in the SC weight room seemingly has put on a bountiful amount of muscle.
A lot of muscle, very physical player, but also has grown so much this freshman season, skill-wise and smart shots and blocking, just really a student of the game.
His dad, David, played football at Stanford as that one gets over from Baston. But they're going to say illegal back row attack there. I think Baston might have jumped in the front row. Was that the issue there, Amy?
I was watching the block from Foley as he touched that ball and wondering why that, so I missed it.
21-16, timeout Vanguard. Down 5 with 4 to
place to play. They put on a good show.
Standing float from Dylan Klein. How about that? Tipped over by Velma.
I mean, obviously Vanguard getting that point, but for Dylan Klein, the standing float works really well. He forces a team out of system, and he gets to save his legs, right? And so him staying down, it's tactical as well as just makes sense.
Thumped by Foley. Nearly to the upper deck. Now, does that work in a match like this where you are favored and have a lead, but tomorrow, if USC should advance against Pepperdine, that's not going to work as well, or what are your thoughts there?
I think that set from Blanchette had great speed and
I meant the serve from Dylan Klein.
Oh, the serve. I was like, if you have a one-on-one, Sterling Foley's going to get a kill on everyone. I think good question on the serve, but Dylan Klein's float serve has been scoring all season long, right? Teams have a lot of trouble, especially if they're using their platform in their passing lanes to handle the float serve, and it throws you out of system. So I think he's going to use that float serve all the way through if they should win.
Okay. Brian Sprague was serving a moment ago. Here's Braddock Duckworth. Blanchette to Foley. That was going out. Freeman kept it alive. Wing over to Oliver, goes into the bottom of the net. Tough swing right there, down 4, trying to press here at the end of set 1. Now USC up 5 with 2 to go.
All right, SC in good shape here. 14 kills, right, hitting 500, so a really solid first set. The Lions want to generate some momentum they can take into set 2, get a couple points.
Cooper Keene with the ace. Set point USC now. He has been on a tear, by the way, from the service line. He had 2 aces in the first 6 matches. Since then, in the last 11, make it 12 now, 20 aces. Quietest set point you'll ever hear. Tipped by Sebesma.
And you could see Sebesma there. He's been planning that shot from like 4 points ago, right? He knew that was an open spot in the defense and just really dialed it up perfectly.
Set point number 2 for SC. Here's Veldman, who does have 2 aces in the set. This is the guy you want for Vanguard. Dumped by Blanchette. He does not do that a lot. That's just the 11th.
Coach, you finished 3rd in the MPSF regular season standings. What are you hoping to accomplish in this tournament?
Well, we're just marching through it one day at a time. So today it's about beating Vanguard, and if we accomplish that, then we're going to turn on to the next opponent. But this is 1 point, one ball at this time.
What have you liked so far from your team in that first set?
I really liked how efficient we've been offensively. Like, we're handling a lot of first serve contact, but it's given our setter a real good breathing opportunity to run a real good creative offense.
Thanks, Coach.
You got it.
And thanks, Jeff Nygaard with Kenzie. Cooper Keene, strong first set. The freshman with 4 kills, an ace and a dish.
Well, and I think you talked earlier, anytime you've got a freshman on the court throughout the year, the improvements that they make, just week to week, you can almost see it. And the kind of player that Cooper Keene has become over the course of this year, just really exciting for the rest of his career.
And there is the ace as well. 22 on the year now. That's the first set the USC has won in a not short amount of time, because they beat BYU in 5 here 2 weeks ago. Last week they were swept twice by Purdue, Pepperdine. That'd be fun if Purdue had a team too. Big Ten cadets, you know what I'm saying? But Pepperdine, as they sort of were shaking the lineup up a bit to try and find some things, and now they go back to what they had against BYU. And so they've had some success. They split with BYU, lost the Friday night, won the Saturday. And so they're hoping that the experience of having played very recently on this court will help them in this tournament. They're the most recent team of anybody in the league to play on the court, besides Pepperdine and Jessup from match number 1 earlier. Wes Smith with the kick.
You're right, and Coach Nygaard said just as much. He said he talked to the team and said, we are in the best position of anyone because we played here the most recently, so we are comfortable in this place. You know, we know how to win, and so they feel like that's really an advantage.
You know, Klein did tell me yesterday, hey, it's going to be weird to watch. We're playing a match where no one's in here. Because BYU Stanford tonight, expected to have a good crowd. But yeah, it's the parents, the friends, the family, some of the volleyball people who just love good volleyball around the community. They're in here, but yeah, a little more quiet than normal. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Wow, one-handed set by Blanchette. It totally looked like Parker Tompkinson was going to get that. And then Foley detonated.
Really good save from Blanchette. Yeah, the one hand all the way to the outside. You see Foley's already on his second step, so that quick go to the outside, that's going to disrupt those blockers.
Keene goes long, 2-2.
And we talked about the passing. Obviously, SC hitting 500, right, in that first set is due to the fact that they were in system a ton, and that is Dykstra all the way as that libero. He takes a ton of balls in the back. He's got a great platform, moves well, and is a great leader on the floor.
Foley, Dykstra, and Klein take 87% of the receptions. That one never went over. That's a little higher than most teams. They take the majority of the reception load on serves.
And usually you are going to pass with 3, but like you said, some teams will pull a 4th player back. Sometimes they pass with 4, but these 3 players, and even Dykstra there, you could see on that play, he came in to take half the court. At the last second, you saw Dylan Klein back out and not pass that ball so that Dykstra could take it and Klein could really find that rhythm off the quick pick.
And sometimes when the ball comes right at the opposite, Cooper Keene, he's got to at least eye it down. As Sterling Foley gets the ace, 71 miles an hour.
And that's a comfort level I think that echoes back to 2 weeks ago against BYU. USC was able to really find that rhythm in their serve and adjust to the high altitude. And Sterling Foley, a player who really went on a tear from behind the service line.
Wang one-on-one for Veldman, and that's out. As the 5th line judge, the Vanguard bench helped make that call. We've got extra officials in here, which is fun. You have an R1 and Ron Pelham, R2 Bill Forrester, Miley Jukes, the R3. She's only in charge of reviews. And then 4 line judges: Donald Tarrin, Rod Frazier, Dan Swenson, Kevin Willett, As Parker Tompkinson puts that down, and then Amy Swenson is the scorer. So more eyes on the game in this tournament, which is fun. Unless the reviews take forever, then I will text Miley, hey, please go a little faster. And she said, if you say something weird about the reviews, I will text you too. So it's even. It's all good. Miley does a great job. 6-4 for the Trojans. Tompkinson showed the standing float and then walked into it. Oliver off the triple, still alive. Another touch by Wes Smith. Foley tips into area 4, nobody there. And so made Vanguard pay.
Oh, that's a cagey play. Foley, such a smart player, is aware of the court, knows exactly where the defense is.
Wow, a couple no-look kills from USC. The dump by Willie Wang, just his 12th kill of the year.
And I think that's a smart play right away. Get the ball back if you're Vanguard. As USC, just a 2-point lead. The Lions keeping it close. They want to maintain that level of first ball side out and just trade points.
Well, Oliver 70 miles an hour. Imagine being Sterling Foley there and having to decide in like 0.38 seconds whether you're going to pass that or get out of the way. It's unbelievable how quick the reaction times are here in serve receive. It's Caleb Blanchett, junior setter from Tennessee. Wang, D-ball, Veldman, yeah. Veldman with his 5th to lead the Lions.
And Veldman getting those swings all over the floor. Hits such a heavy ball. You see him going cross court. He has the line shot, so lining up in a one-on-one with him, he's going to get that kill.
Vanguard siding out at 61%, USC 80 right now. Ace! Nice serve from Micah Sebezma, who's 29th.
And that's a tough ball to pass. Look at that, drops just as it crosses the tape, heads towards the sideline. It's a really tough angle.
Cuts it to 1. Good serve, better pass by Dykstra. Wes Smith, one-handed dig by Veldman. Freeman. Blanchett high for Klein. Tied on the net there. Here's Freeman. And he is blocked by Klein. Dylan Klein, the first team All-MPSF and 4-time All-Conference selection, gets the block.
And Klein just this year, obviously he's always been such a fantastic player, but that leadership on and off the court has just been next level for this team.
Standing float again. Reverse flow to Keene, pushes, resets. Back to Keene. Through the block. Caleb Blanchett has some choices there, and he goes back to Keene, quickly finding the seam.
Well, it was a smart adjustment early. I think Keene recognizing on that first swing he didn't have the shot he wanted, resets the play, and gives Blanchett an opportunity to get it where he wanted.
Overpass on the great serve from Dylan Klein, who can flow right here. And a net called against Willie Wang. So 12-7, 4-0 run for the men of Troy. Ace down the line for Dylan Klein. So he's mixing that serve up quite a bit right now.
And what that does, sometimes, obviously, if you're expecting a float, teams will use their hands, so they step way up inside the court, right? If they're not, then they're going to be back waiting for the off speed, so it's tough to make that decision.
That one was just unbelievable placement, like into the L in the corner. Foley with 7 kills.
And Dykstra having a match as well. That was such a fantastic dig, allowing USC to run such a quick offense. And Sterling Foley, a very, very fast arm. Oh, that's a good one. Just
missed that one. I've actually never seen a ball go into the upper deck on a serve. This is the craziest miss ever. It goes upstairs. Oh my gosh.
That gets everyone involved. Stay on your toes. You think you're safe.
What in the world just happened? Oh my, Cooper Keene down the line. You've been doing this longer than I have. I've been doing this 17 years. I've never seen a serve into the upper deck. Not a single one. That was out of control. 7-1 run. (15-8). Klein with the dig. Blanchette, Foley, blocked. Freeman and Duckworth.
I think as USC continues to push that tempo to the outside, not much time on the block, so terrific job to just get up and over fast.
Excuse me, Freeman on the touch there as that one goes into the net. 16-9. Vanguard's got some really good size. A couple of 6'9" guys. They have a backup setter who's 6'9". Brock Henderson started quite a bit this year. Transferred from Orange Coast College. We'll see if we see him as that one goes long from Keene. Veldman, of course. Sabesna, Freeman is 6'7". They can hang from the physicality standpoint.
Right, and definitely athletes as well. You talk about Logan Freeman, tremendous basketball player as well, and just continues to make that adjustment.
Brian Roford told us he's got a pure jumper. He's like, I'm kind of surprised he's not a basketball player.
Last time Sterling Foley served, a 72-mile-an-hour bullet.
73 that time. Cooper Keene. Tompkinson on the right side, up and over the block. And ahead of the diving Jacob Baston. It's that first team. They named this yesterday. Andrew Rowan, Sean Kelly, Zach Rama, Cameron Thorne of UCLA, well-deserved. Cole Hartke and Ryan Barnett from Pepperdine. SC representing with Dylan Klein. So pretty top-heavy. The top 3 seeds providing all 7 of the first-team players. Typically, it's spread out a little more, but UCLA has been that good this year.
Well, and how, if you're looking at UCLA, how do you distinguish between all those guys? They're all of them amazing.
We're going to see them coming up in our next match tonight as they take on Concordia in the 1-8 matchup. After that, the 4-5 matchup of Stanford and BYU. Klein. He's been kind of all over the place in this first match. The aces from the service line, the standing flow, the attacks. It's fun to watch, man. He's always giving us something to look at.
Well, and the one-on-one and weighing at 6'1", a little undersized. So, of course, Klein's going to take advantage of that.
Andrew Chapin saw his brother in the earlier match against Pepperdine. Chapin boys could match up tomorrow as Klein out of system connects on that one. That is not a normal swing in that situation at all. 2011. And we're going to see a setter change. Willie Wang out. And Brock Henderson, the 6'9" fifth year from San Diego and Orange Coast College, will get the opportunity here with Vanguard hitting .067 in this set.
Well, and I think in there a little for a blocking sub as well, right? He can put up a little bigger block, especially against Dylan Klein there on the outside.
So now it's a formidable front row for Vanguard. You go 6'9", 6'9", 6'7".
Yeah, they're physical, right? This team is very athletic and big.
Cole Oliver at Sterling Foley. Blanchette cross court to Klein. Diving and still able to get it over from Vanguard. Good hustle. Foley off the tape, but still works for him, as he's got a match-high 8 kills now to lead everybody, 21-12.
Lots of choices there from Blanchette. Elects to go with the Bic. Not quite the rhythm that Foley wanted, but
it threw all the diggers off.
Right, exactly.
Because they're all on their heels, and then it's way out in front of them. They're like, oh, man, my weight shifted back. Okay, the net cam, it gets hit so hard, and down we go. And that net cam is crucial in reviewing plays at the net. So they'll get that fixed after set number 2 here. And USC is going to benefit from the hit out by Sebesma.
Sebesma trying to make an adjustment there. That set a little low for him. He was already in the air and couldn't quite do enough to keep it in.
Vanguard hit 304 in that first set. They have plummeted to triple zeros here in the second. Blocked by Keene and Smith, and then on 2. Henderson's like, I'm in the front row. What are you talking about? Why can't he was called for a back row attack here. Henderson thought he was in front row.
I think Basin must have set that ball with his hands.
In the front, inside the 10-foot line. Gotcha, gotcha. Henderson's like, you're really going to take my opportunity away on Tuesday? Off the block. 23-13 now with a couple.
And I think for SC, they just want to keep that pressure on, right? Keep maintaining that level of execution. Blanchette has his team running a really nice offense. Dykstra keeping them in system.
Sebesma into the net. Had an ankle sprain he was dealing with. Kind of finding his form again. Set point USC. Trying to go up 2-0. Plenty of room here, and what's Dylan Klein going to do after a hit into the upper deck? Literally where we're standing, I think we're not safe. More of a traditional serve, gets the overpass. This is for the set. Keene down the line, easy money. For USC, last week they had a chance to sort of add to the resume, but they chose to sort of mess with the lineup a little bit.
I think get a lot of different people in, if you ask Nygaard, and I think there are 2 schools of thought on this. You know, you have some teams who they've had the same lineup the entire season, and that's great because those players are very comfortable next to each other. But then you also have teams that are so deep that they've been able to get a lot of different players some really good, valuable time, and they hope that those players will be able to contribute should they go deep into tournaments and into the NCAA.
The issue for USC is that they don't have a lot of great wins. They split with UC Irvine. That's the one kind of top 10 KPI, RPI win they've got. So they need to add to it. Lindenwood is in a situation where they have 2 such wins. They've beaten Loyola. They've played more. They played 7 compared to USC's 4 against top 10s. They've left their state a little more. USC left California twice.
Southern California.
Yeah. Right. They left California, period, twice to play BYU here and this tournament. And so USC needs to finish this thing and probably needs to beat Pepperdine to ensure they are in. Vinny Lopes of Off the Block disagrees. Granted, I'm coming from an MPSF coverage perspective. He's coming from a MIVA perspective. He's saying Lindenwood is in over USC right now. So there is perhaps, who knows, work to do for the Trojans. The task at hand is trying to get the win here against Vanguard. Wesley Smith inside of the block, 1-1 here in set 3. We're glad you're with us here on MPSF quarterfinal Wednesday in Provo, Utah at BYU in the George Albert Smith Fieldhouse at Elaine Michaelis Court. Jeremy Jordan, Amy Gant, Kenzie Daly, and our crew with you. We're in it all day, baby. This is match 2 of 4. We've got UCLA Concordia coming up later. BYU Stanford in the nightcap. Good hustle by Dylan Klein after the dump by Henderson.
And I think if you're Vanguard, as we get a good look at that hustle, can't quite pick it up from Dylan Klein, but Vanguard coming out in this 3rd set, you can sense they're trying to put forth a little more energy, right? Nothing to lose here. Just get after it, have fun, and try to take down the Trojans.
2 different types of setters for Vanguard. We saw Willie Wang, and now we see Brock Henderson. Brian Rufford telling us if Brock Henderson's the aircraft, then Willie Wang's the speedboat. Just different types of setters. 3-2. My only issue with Micah Sebesma, by the way, who has a personality from his bio, is that his biopic has a big old mustache. I kind of feel like you need to be obligated to keep it.
If you could
all season.
Yeah.
Just so I know what you look for. It took me a minute to be like, which guy is it? Where's the mustache guy? He wasn't there. Veldman kind of changed his hairstyle. You can do whatever you want. I'm mostly kidding. But it is nice when it's numbers, like mustache guy. Yeah, exactly. Mustache guy is still mustache guy. As Foley cuts that out. That is the blankest face ever. After that, like, yeah, that didn't work. 4-2. Hittable inside, off the dome of Henderson for Foley. And how about Caleb Blanchett on the bump set?
Well, and you know Foley having 25 minutes to wait for that ball, right? Timing is everything on those really high swings, and a lot of players get in trouble leaving too early because you can't find your rhythm. Still, Foley's able to handle that.
Shades of Inception. He threw the spinner out there like, am I in a dream? What's going on? Tipped over by Henderson. And we have a new libero, by the way, Jensen Wright, getting an opportunity. So Wright did not have a mustache at the beginning of the year, and now he has one. So again, I just seek consistency. I'm just wondering if I can ID you quickly. But you're right, they have a number. Get on with it. Veldman on the right side. Dykstra had to put up his hands to not get Scott Sterlinged. And Veldman gets the kill to make it 5-4 here in set 3.
And this set, very different as you look at, you see how high Dylan Klein is when he's up at his waist trying to slow that down. But you look at Vanguard, very different offense. They've started out hitting 600. They're 3 for 5, 0 errors. And that's enabled them to kind of keep this one close in the third set.
5-5, set 3, USC up 2-0, 25-19 and 13. Henderson, Freeman. Point for Vanguard.
I think Dylan Klein must have hit the antenna on that block.
Gotcha. And here's Logan Freeman. Sometimes they call him Lisan Al-Gaib from Arrakis. Nope, that's just me. If it was Freeman, now we're talking. Dune 3 coming out this year. The same day as Avengers Doomsday. They're calling it Dunes.
I was going to say it's kind of like the Barbie.
Yeah. Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you're a USC fans, you're probably excited about the Odyssey, are you not?
Yeah, net. I'm thinking.
Net against Vanguard. Braddock Duckworth hit the net.
Did he, or was it all ball?
Hard to know.
No challenge. So.
Vanguard did not challenge him. Blanchett. They go back to Duckworth. Oh! Foley goes over Dykstra and lands very hard. He went down in a heap.
And just,
you worry about the knee to the head of Dykstra as well.
Well, and I think just Dykstra didn't know which way to move, right? He knew he had to get out of the way, but wasn't sure which way to go.
Kind of left ribs. Being looked at here for Sterling Foley a little bit. And looks like he's saying, I'm all right. 7-7. Yeah, luckily Dykstra didn't get kneed in the head either.
Right? Yeah.
That could have been real bad. Dykstra, the epitome of Manhattan Beach, by the way. Just looks like he's ready to go play some
and
beach
incredible
volleyball
ball
anytime.
control.
Oh, yeah. He's awesome. Fun to watch.
What did Nygaard calls him? The Velvet Assassin.
Yes. The Velvet Hammer.
Oh, okay.
I think was, yeah, the Velvet Hammer. Which is awesome. That one goes astray, 8-7. Keane and Smith kind of both hit it, and then it went out. Sword from Duckworth. Blanchett, real low.
Well, I think that was going to Smith, but he didn't jump.
And then Kenzie catched it. She still got it. Our 4-time All-American, Kenzie Kerber-Dalley. Still got it. Saw her 3 years at Utah, 1 year at BYU. Lots of NCAA tournament games there. Fun to watch Kenzie play. Cole Oliver said his most recent TV binge, Stranger Things. Season 5 coming out last Thanksgiving in December. 9-8. The second longest serve of the night. I should say day. It's 2:27 local time.
Well, you feel a little lull in the energy, right, in the 9-9.
It is nap time.
Here in this third set, so an opportunity for either of these teams to take control.
I'm pretty sure my 1-year-old's asleep. She better be asleep. Left-handed. Attempt, set over, and then on 2 for Keene. Cooper Keene with another one. He's got 9 to equal fully.
Good scramble play for USC, and then USC kind of getting going a little bit. We'll see if Smith can score a couple more from behind the line. He's got a good float serve.
Good fall.
He was getting close to that one before.
I think he realized it, and then he just smashed the ball way up. Because there's no way that was his real serve. It was like 20 feet up. Oh, man. 10-10.
And that was an opportunity for Vanguard. Cole Oliver, one of the best servers. He is fearless at the service line, just a really experienced player who could go on a run, and that's what Vanguard needs.
There's Keene. He's got one of the 3 aces for the men of Troy this afternoon. Veldman, did it touch Foley? It did. 11-11. As we check in with Kenzie, who's waiting to just pass another ball.
Jerem, I think to go along with your comment about the lack of energy in the gym right now, if you look at the service errors, Vanguard has 15 to USC's 9, so a high number for both teams, and that also feels like the match is going a lot faster because of all those missed serves. So hard to generate some energy when there's a constant back and forth between missed serves here.
Yeah, that's interesting because you do battle sort of time of day versus energy of the moment versus there's not a massive crowd, right? You're kind of BYU fans will do that tonight for Stanford, but you have to sort of bring it yourself. How do you do that, Amy? When you're in this situation in a tournament, how do you bring the juice?
Well, and I think Kenzie makes a good point. It's hard to have energy when you're not playing volleyball. When you're just trading missed serves back and forth, everyone's just standing around. And we've seen 2 missed serves in a row. Obviously a good ace there, but I think for Vanguard, they've got to be really aggressive behind the service line. So you're going to have a few more errors. But yes, it's tough to get into a rhythm and a flow when you're not playing the game.
Henderson. Klein rises up down the Rosie line. Oh my.
Well, and you looked at that and thought, oh, that's tight, right? A little tight from Blanchette. No, perfectly placed. Klein up and over the block.
Wow. Feldman inside the block for his 8th. 4 more than any other teammate at this point. 14-13, the Lions of Vanguard take the lead. Again, our next match coming up later tonight. Top seed UCLA, #1 team in the country, taking on 8 seed Concordia. And after that, 4-5 matchup with Stanford and BYU.
Okay, so you get that second kill from Dylan Klein in a row in good flow. So if I'm Caleb Blanchette, I'm thinking, okay, he's becoming the hot hitter. He's finding a rhythm. Try to feed him over and over throughout this front row series.
Got 7 kills. And goes long and untouched. 15-14. As a player and now a coach.
Right, he is very comfortable.
It's an emotional thing, I guess.
It doesn't bode well for that's the second match. Tonight is a problem.
Dylan Klein. Today, I'm expecting chalk. I'd love to be surprised in this tournament. BYU Stanford is a toss-up. That could be the best one of the day from an entertainment standpoint. We'll see. UCLA is always entertaining in how good they are. Can Concordia give them a match? As we try and make sure everybody's all right. Good hustle by the Lions as I try and just stay out of the way.
Right. I think we were safe. It was those on the floor taking pictures.
I was getting ready to set it. You see my hand? The bounce off the hand. It's not strong enough. I'm no Kenzie. We've done this for a while. This isn't new information. And luckily the ball men and women are okay, because they're sitting there trying to get out of the way, and Veldman, ooh, he did a good job of kind of splitting his knees. Otherwise, he could have hit the young lady right in front of us. Chase Davidson, our stats guy, looking like, is my laptop fine? Because at the end of the day, with stats, that's kind of the golden calf here. Timeout Vanguard, meanwhile.
Well, and I think look at Dylan Klein just feeling that energy from earlier, taking it, getting that kill on the right side, right back with an ace. You know, and he's a player that his best swing is that quick pick in the back row. And so we haven't seen that from him yet. Maybe Blanchette wants to get him going there, but credit Vanguard. You know, they are hitting 500 in this third set with 9 kills, keeping it close. They just want to be around that 20-point mark to keep it and give them an opportunity to take this third set. So keep it close and try to get this side out here with Klein behind the line.
Grant Veldman, by the way, looked over and made sure with the everyone involved, including us over here. Everyone good? You okay? Like, yep, thumbs up.
With a little frustration is, if I had more room to run, I was going to do it, right? He would have got that up.
And there are gyms that have more space, but what people love about this gym is how on top of the action you are. So that's sort of the give and take of that, right?
Yes.
Here's Dylan Klein. You never know what serve he's going to give us. This pass from Jensen Wright. And the throwdown from Sebesma. Sebesma 5 for 8.
And really quick side out, first ball side out from Vanguard out of that timeout. Just what they needed.
Feldman had to adjust his approach there. Right. And point USC on the double that goes over. So they changed the rule a year or two ago. You can double, it just can't go over. You can do it on 1 and 2.
And that is.
And I believe the rule, correct me, I believe you can double on 1 and go over.
On the first contact?
Yes. The second and third, no. I believe that's the case. It's like a weird nuance of that rule. Dump by Henderson. When you're 6'9", it's an easier option. That's his 29th kill of the year.
I think Vanguard, just with their first contacts, are being so solid, right? Their service game is picked up, and their passing game, they're really able to run that offense and stick with this USC squad, who's been very, very good. I mean, both teams hitting. You have Vanguard 11 kills, 529, and SC 9 kills at 438. So really solid offensive performance.
7 service errors in this set by Vanguard, as Kenzie was talking about. 19-17. Wright keeps it up. Hassan Al-Gaib with his best chance there. Oh, and he gets the up. And that's why he'll lead the Fremen. Tight for Foley, and he's blocked by Sebesma. 1-point set as the Lions stay in this.
Good scrappy effort, creating opportunities.
Hassan Al-Gaib.
Tremendous job popping that up. And then Foley thinking he could get that cross court again. That middle blocker, Sebesma, is there to stop it.
That toss was so far out in front of him. He did that earlier and got an ace on it. And then Cooper Keene into the net. We're tied.
And I think, you know, we talked about 7 missed serves from Vanguard in this set. I think they'll take it, right? Because they have got SC back on their heels and on the defensive.
Jeff Nygaard and the men of Troy have to talk it over. We've got a tied set here. They need probably a win against Pepperdine to feel way more confident about the opportunity to get in the NCAA tournament. To me, they're a tourney team as I watch them play and I look at their resume, just a hair over Lindenwood. But if Vanguard somehow came back in this one, Lindenwood would be pleased. Let's just say that. They've got to be watching this one. Shout out to the Lions out of St. Louis. 2019. Tip by Klein, Veldman, Oliver. Off the block and out, tied at 20. The 3 pins connected for the dig, the assist, and the attack.
It's just what you want if you are Vanguard. 5 points, game to 5, to try to push this to a 4th set.
The Lions could help the Lions, if you catch my drift. Serving sub, Ryan Sprague, the backup setter, the senior from Manhattan Beach. Henderson. Bremen on 2. It goes down to tie at 21 for Duckworth.
It wasn't what they drew up, but that's that athleticism and ability to adjust and just play whatever is in front of you. Great net play as the Lions tie it up at 21.
Freeman, Blanchette, the Bick to Sterling Foley, 22-21. Foley up to 12 kills. That's a match high.
You see that split of the block as the blocker had totally released on Dylan Klein all the way out to the antenna. That left a huge opening for Foley to hit into.
Oliver is blocked. And now USC can side out their way to victory.
We haven't seen a ton of soft blocks in this match. Has not been the story, but Cooper Keene with the one-on-one, and what a time to get that to fall.
You're right, just 3 blocks for Vanguard, 2 for USC. USC comes in 4th in the country, 2.5 per set. They only have 2, period. Way off the net for Oliver. Blanchette, one-handed, hittable for Klein, and that goes down. What a set by Caleb Blanchette, and now it's match point USC.
Not only to get that ball all the way outside to Klein, but to stay out of the net as all of his momentum was moving forward, is able to move his body. And you said hittable for Klein. Everything's hittable for Klein, so that's great. Blanchette knows he just has to pop it up, and Klein can get the job done.
Timeout Vanguard. They use their final timeout as the season is on the line for the Lions. As Brian Rofer will talk to his group here. USC with some track here, up 3.
Right, and these two teams tied at 21, right? What a run for SC down the stretch.
Dylan Klein, 4 for an errorless 6 in this set. As Trojans try and move on. They would play Pepperdine tomorrow night in a massive semifinal. Pepperdine's in the NCAA tournament. USC would need that one way more than Pepperdine. Pepperdine looking good. There's an argument for kind of the 4 or 5 seed in my opinion with them. Right now I have UCLA number 1, Hawaii 2, Long Beach State 3, and then I have Ball State 4. I've been impressed.
Ball State's good
so far this year. They've had some really nice wins. KPI and RPI, they're 5 and 4 respectively. So Pepperdine right there. Loyola, UC Irvine, and then I have USC as the last team in at the moment. Lindenwood, first team out. So all this stuff matters for the Trojans here. Match point. Caleb Blanchette on the serve. Waiting for the official amount of time of the timeout to be over. Here we go. Henderson.
Oh,
Dykstra. Free ball. Time for Henderson, and Klein puts it down, and it's over. 25-21. USC sweeps Vanguard to match up with Pepperdine in the semis.
Johnny Dykstra digging a middle, right? A quick middle, nobody digs that, but what a performance from the libero. He really is kind of the unsung hero, keeping his team in system, getting a lot of touches defensively as well, and USC looked good.
Uncle Fister from Dylan Klein there, who finishes with 10 kills, hit 471, 2 assists, 2 aces, 3 digs, had a block, 1 of everything, hit it into the upper deck on a serve, something we had never seen. And that's what Dylan Klein gives you, something you've never seen, always. And he's fun to watch. And now we've got USC and Pepperdine, the 2 versus the 3, tomorrow night in the semifinals. And for USC, it might be a win and into the NCAA tournament, at least at large, kind of game. The stakes are high for the Trojans. They might be in either way. I'm not sure. But if they win, I'm confident they would be in the NCAA tournament either way. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Congratulations to Vanguard, by the way. Tremendous season, 12-14. There were 4 wins better, as you see. Nygaard and Rofer, long history with those two at UCLA as they shake hands at the net. And the USC Trojans are moving on. USC and Pepperdine tomorrow, 7 Eastern. And the next 2 games up, the final 2, UCLA and Concordia, 7 Eastern, Stanford and BYU at 9:30 Eastern. As we check in with Kenzie with Dylan Klein.
Dylan, you're such a well-rounded player with your ability to soar from the service line and at the net. How are you able to be so consistent in all areas of the game?
We practice a lot. I mean, I've been here for 4 years, and you know, we've spent a lot of time in the gym. And I got to give a lot of credit to Blanche. He had a great game tonight, and has been playing great all season. So, yeah.
You get another chance at Pepperdine.
got pulled black. Lavinia. Hey! Giờ nè 3 rưỡi nó bắn nó sức mà đơn vị lịch tuổi bắn nào 3 rưỡi gì ai là chụp 60 hả tao nhung nó là coi nhung hỏi nhóc tạo nhung ủa tin nhung hỏi lấy
Ăn một bữa cơm 2-3 triệu. Ngày mai mình có thể ra toilet mình ấn một cái có thể trôi mất đi không nhìn thấy đâu. Nhưng cái tình cảm anh em nó là mãi mãi. Nhưng không phải đừng nghĩ về miếng ăn miếng uống. Ăn một bữa. VinFast Limo Green đấy.
Mỗi lần trước khi đánh người Thái Hậu đều có thói quen sờ lên phượng quan trên đầu, biểu tượng của quyền lực, nhưng lần này đưa tay lên lại sờ trúng khoảng không. Lúc này mới chợt nhớ ra bà đã xuyên không đến hiện đại, nhập vào thân phận thiên kim thật bị cháo ở quê suốt 18 năm của nhà họ Tô. Lúc này thiên kim giải
Nào mình nào.